Okay, Mayat Hotep, Asara, Satepara Ma'at. So as you can see, this, that right there, is Asara's Valley, Asara's Palace in the Vatican, St. Peter's Square. Now right off the top, let me tell you guys something. The Egyptians did not work. The ancient Kemetic people and all of the people of the Nile Valley did not put in all the diligent effort that was necessary. Excuse me. That's just a pre-example of one of the earthquakes to come. But my point is that those people of the Nile civilization did not work that hard so that the obelisk could just be taken and just set up in the center of someone who would like nothing better than to just kill them all. Take my word for that. I'm telling you the truth. I know this to be so. But you gotta bear with me on this tripod. What I'm getting at is this. Why should we as people on this earth follow the lead of criminals? People that's thieves and murderers. People that set up coliseums that were so bloodthirsty that they wanted to have entertainment through violence, and actually set up circumstances where people became criminals off of their deprivation that was forced to try to rectify their state of being incarcerated by the hierarchy, the fascists, faggots, the Romans, who was running the shit through brutal violence. They started their whole civilization off of crusades by deprivileging people and screwing their brains up. Well, that phallus that's in the middle is, as you can see, as many times before, look up on the top, you can see how before they put their ornament up there, it just came to the peak. Like you see on the top of every pyramid, that other shit they put up there. The ancient Kemetic people didn't have anything there but the stone. Maybe a piece of gold on the top to collect the sunlight energy. But as you can see, all the structures, all the columns, everything around there was all Nile Valley civilization technology that was given to these unappreciative people. All this building knowledge we taught them. And in return, they came and tore all our shit down, enslaved us, put us in exile, told a bunch of lies about us on the world, and still to this day keep us in bondage and deprivileged so they could keep living off of our stolen, and don't even know how to do it right, because we had a civilization that was so rich and so well off that we, knowingly that it was a mistake, did not exclude these people. We tried to help them, and in return, they doubled. Just like they treat us today. They did the same thing that they do to us today, back in the day, to take everything from us. So all this technology, especially this phallus is a representation of resurrection. The Egyptians were so in touch with the sun that the sun let them know that a day would come where the black man phallus will be stolen by the white man. And this is the phallus right here. And as you can see, it's in the center of their religious headquarters. Now, tell me why the center of all the religious... Listen, let me tell you what this Vatican controls. It controls Christianity, as well as Islam, as well as Judaism. All of them. See, you can read the Bible and you can see where Abraham tells you that he birthed the Arab nation by having a relation with the lady Hagar. They had a son named Ishmael that they tell you grew up to be Arab. Abraham and Sarah supposed to be Jewish. And then Jesus come out and claims himself to be a Jew too. Okay, so now you have Arab and Christianity as well as Judaism all mixed together. So I'm sure Ishmael went on to become one of the many white tyrants that we know today that subscribe to Islam and say that God gave him proper permission to go around the world, steal everybody's shit, harass everybody, beat the shit out of everybody, and just flat ass don't care, because our God ordained it. Okay, that's where we at. And that's still what's going on today. Everywhere you go, you hear them trying to perpetuate that evil religious propaganda that gives them the right to do horrible, non-godly things to people. And the people that this stuff is happening to supposed to be too damn stupid to see that that's what's going on. Like, for instance, this file is here, and nobody around the world even knowing that us African people were the bringers of this knowledge, let alone was victimized by the white man who claims that all this stuff is his, and I got a proper right, just like God gave me everything else, but the only thing is I have to murder and steal before I can get it. Stupid shit. So my point is that we all know that we're not going to sit around here forever and let somebody blow shit up our ass and give us that foolish crap that it's crap. And then all of us sit back and be stolen from and victimized through corrupt business, through corrupt government, through corrupt everything. Like now, for instance, this stupid bike theft that started off as a lawnmower theft. Oh, case dismissed. No thank you, no excuses, we was wrong, no nothing. No police show up, no girl ever show up, nothing. All this shit, 7 months of bullshit are going down there, the stupid ass people down there all made money. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why all these houses is burning up right now, and this is why it's going to be some more. They all made money off of me. They took advantage of me and treated me like shit. Just like they did when they stole my phallus. Got it sitting over there in the Vatican. That's why it's just a matter of days before an earthquake gonna swallow all that shit up. I'm gonna show you guys who you fucking with, alright? So go ahead, keep on telling your little lies about everything being everything but what it is. When the bastard get through smoking that ass, you guys gonna really bow down and say, yep, he's God. Know that this is an abiding principle. It don't have nothing to do with your materialism, your guns, your who you got influence around the world to be accepted as leadership. You guys took all that shit from violence, which means you're all criminals. The true arrangement of this universe has ordained Asara Satepa Rama'at as God of this planet, whether you like it or not. So that's why so many of you are dying right now. That's the reason why it's going to be so much flooding this summer. So many fires starting already. Because they just going to burn your ass, drown your ass, start freaking friction inside of your centers. Everybody going to be cutthroat on everybody. Money going to be just like you passing the law right now to cut budgeting to people for the things they need. Go ahead. It don't matter. Go right ahead. Because you know what? I'm going to do the same thing. Every time you take money away from the people, I'm taking money right away from your center too. And then I'm going to send some earthquakes to rock y'all asses too. Because see, it's war, and I know that. So go ahead and keep on pushing your little pen. And yes, there's going to be more disturbances. And yeah, that's good because see, I'm going to make it rain. And I'm going to make it snow. And I'm going to make it shake, rattle and roll. And it's going to be cold. Then it's going to be hot. And people ain't going to know what the hell to do. So eventually, people ain't gonna be caring about them stupid ass jobs. Once you stop once people stop competing for jobs and realize I shouldn't have been going to work like this any damn way. Once they see that you guys are thieves, you're looking at the greatest theft that ever occurred. They did not just get that obelisk without fighting us and murdering us and destroying our nationalism. When that obelisk got taken, it was taken after we had been taken. So that was the grand trophy of all. And you can see who the people were that committed these crimes because there go the souvenir that they took. It's the black man's dick. And they still do that to this day. They hate the fact that we have melanin inside of us, which gives us sunlight knowledge. And they know they did not build that phallus there, even though they're sitting there with it in the center of their religious center. The propaganda and the whole philosophical teachings about righteousness and reciprocity and generosity and right balance and all that stuff, and they had the nerves to be sitting there with a stolen piece of merchandise right in the center of their religious propaganda headquarters that tells you the history of where their religions came from and the brutal theft that occurred with the establishments of their freaking go nowhere stagnant decadence causing religion. You could look at the Pope and see his old, wrinkled, decrepit, look like he will drink your blood ass, and know that this should not be something that stands for life, reciprocity, and regeneration. He does not have a coochie. He doesn't have a titty with any milk in it. And he didn't even bring a woman with him that has all those things. This is so screwed up. How does you retire as being the leader of continuity, okay, and then balance and everything, and you never ever show up with a woman? This is some foolish, let's follow Satan as bull crap. Every person out there should understand the radiance of a female should always be hierarchy over the no regenerative ass man. You can look at him and see that somebody should push his ass down and pour blood into his mouth immediately. But he'd rather go get Francois and get it, administer him through a different method, I'm sure. But my point is that this is ridiculous when you look at the wealth and the idiocy and the foolishness that's all centered around this vampirism. All this wealth of this system of freaking political disguise as religion, gangsterism, is the reason for all the decadence, all the death and decay all over the globe. And I don't have any ounce of respect for this bastard. Let's see what other people
So
out there
long,
has
Pope
to say.
Benedict, you pedophile protecting piece of poop. As you no doubt have heard, the Pope has stepped down, and the Catholic Church is going to vote the next chief child molester in charge. And the Catholic Church, it's incredible that the Catholic Church even has more than, let's say, 10 members. It's absolutely incredible that this pedophile-infested, disgusting, modern-day Pharisee organization even exists. But I guess it's equally bizarre that Scientology has more than 2 members, and that the Mormons have millions and millions of members. A couple of points on the Pope. I mean, pile of poop. He is, by the definition of the Catholic Church, infallible, which means that he's perfect and flawless. And
unless you want to exclude his ass from, I mean, only if you exclude him from theft, because we can see right now that a crime of theft has been permitted, all right, committed and permitted because they gave him permission to get away with it. Anytime you steal somebody's shit and have it right there, I mean, look where it is. It ain't like they hid it. Oh yeah, we looking for my phallus. Somebody stole it. Oh yeah, it's right there in St. Peter's Square. Well, where at? I didn't see it. Well, did you go right out into the center of it? Yes, I did. Well, you obviously saw it, but you was just so outdone of it just being there that you probably was in denial that you was looking at it because you know that someone stole it, so you just can't see that someone would have the audacity to make it so as available, like I'm the thief, as they did. But see, they're infallible, so they could get down like that. You see? So, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So again, we just come to show you how some people can just do whatever the hell they want, and because of the ignorance of all these people you see walking around out here in the square, that when they find out that the phallus was stolen from the black man and that all this religion is phony and it's just there to extract money from you and that you should wake